Key to Success in English. Unit 5, Modern Technology in Social Media. Lesson 3, Grammar, Comparatives. Objectives. 1. To use comparative forms appropriately. 2. To understand the rules of forming and spelling of both regular and irregular adjectives. 3. To form sentences using the not, as, plus adjective, plus as structure. Contents. 1. Explanation of what the comparative form of an adjective is, its rules, and exceptions. 2. Varied questions on the rule. Comparatives. Our grammar lesson today is about comparative adjectives. In order to compare things, people, or ideas, we look at what makes them different from each other. Comparative adjectives are used to show what quality one thing has more or less than the other. To form comparatives, you need to know the number of the syllables in the adjective. Short adjectives are one-syllable adjectives, and long adjectives are two or more syllable adjectives. Study the following rules, then try to do the exercises below. Rules. Form the comparative forms of short adjectives, one-syllable adjectives, by adding er to the end of the adjective. Example. Smart, smarter than. Slow, slower than. Picture 1. Comparison. Ahmed is older than Ali. My hair is longer than your hair. If the short adjective ends with e, just add r. Example. Nice, nicer than. Large, larger than. My brother is wiser than me. My baby girl is cuter than hers. If the short adjective ends with a short vowel plus a consonant, double the last letter. Vowel letters in English are A, E, O, U, I. The rest of the letters of the alphabet are consonants. Example, D, B, S, M, J, R. Example. Fit, fitter than. Hot, hotter than. Ali is thinner than Ahmed. My mother is fatter than your mother. Form the comparative forms of long adjectives, two or more syllable adjectives, by using the following structure. More plus the adjective plus than, or less plus the adjective plus than. For example, difficult, more difficult than. Important, less important than. Sarah is more intelligent than Arwa. Amman is more peaceful than Cairo. Adjectives ending with y. Delete the y and add I-E-R. Example. Happy, happier than. Funny, funnier than. My brother's room is tidier than mine. Some people are luckier than others. Two-syllable adjectives ending in er or ow. Add er. Example. Narrow, narrower than. It is simpler than I thought. The southern end of the Dead Sea is shallower than the northern one. Two-syllable adjectives ending in le. Add r. Example. Gentle, gentler than. Some adjectives are irregular in the way they make comparative forms. They don't follow the regular way of adding er, or using more plus the adjective plus than. Look at the comparative forms of the following irregular adjectives. Good, the comparative form is better. For bad, the comparative form is worse. For far, the comparative form is farther or further. For little, the comparative form is less. Example: you play the piano better than I do. My first exam's grade is worse than my second. Degree modifiers like slightly, a little, a bit, and not much can be used before comparative adjectives to show a small difference, while much, a lot, and far indicate a big difference. Example: you are a bit younger than her. She is 33 and you are 32. You are much younger than her. She is 33 and you are 12. We can show that there is no difference or almost no difference by using the structure as plus the adjective plus as. Example: he is exactly as old as me. We are both 33. Ahmed is as nice as Ali. Both are the same. Use the structure not as plus the adjective plus as to show difference. Example: Ali is not as tall as Ahmed. Ahmed is taller than Ali. Ali is not as happy as Ahmed. Ahmed is happier than Ali. Now let's test our understanding of the lesson by doing the following exercises. Varied questions on the rule. Fill in the gaps with the correct comparative form of the adjectives in brackets. 1. Ali is a better student than Sarah. 2. Our company is bigger than yours. 3. Tennis is more boring than football. 4. February is colder than June. 5. Elephants are heavier than tigers. 6. Sarah is thinner than Arwa. 7. Cars are slower than aeroplanes. 8. The film we saw today is more interesting than the one we saw yesterday. 9. You are safer here than there. 10. Which subject is more difficult to you, math or physics? 11. The weather was worse in England than in France last week. 12. Petra is more popular than Jerash. 13. My old shoes are more comfortable than my new shoes. 14. Comics are funnier than novels. 15. A mouse is smaller than an elephant. Rewrite the following sentences using the not as plus adjective plus as structure. 1. The silver car is faster than the blue car. The blue car is not as fast as the silver car. 2. The second exam is more difficult than the first exam. The first exam is not as difficult as the second exam. 3. Today is windier than yesterday. Yesterday is not as windy as today. 4. Gold is heavier than silver. Silver is not as heavy as gold. 5. Your house is farther from the university than our house. Our house is not as far from the university as your house. Correct the mistakes in the following sentences. Number 1. Jane is a much better dancer as Sarah. The correct version is, Jane is a much better dancer than Sarah. 2. Today I'm a bit tireder than yesterday. The correct version is, today I'm a bit more tired than yesterday. 3. There are lesser people here than expected. The correction is, there are less people here than expected. 4. My friend is more tidy than I. To correct it, my friend is tidier than I am. 5. She is as older as I am. The correction is, she is as old as I am. True or false? 1. The comparative form of bad is worst. False. 2. The comparative forms of long adjectives are formed by adding er to the adjective. False. Choose the correct answer. 1. This box is blank than I expected. Is it A, heavy, B, heavier, C, heavier? It is B, heavier. This box is heavier than I expected. 2. Can you see the picture blank me? Is it A, good than, B, better than, or C, well than? Answer B. Can you see the picture better than me? 3. The comparative of big is A, bigger, B, bigger, or C, bigger? It is A, bigger. Vocabulary. 1. Comparative. Comparative adjectives are used to show what quality one thing has more or less than the other. 2. Adjective. A word naming an attribute of a noun. 3. Irregular. Contrary to the rules or to that which is normal or established.